Good morning. The the main reason that I've come to you digitally is because I feel there are many subjects out there that simply are passing right by people's perceptions. And it's also a way that I can tell my friends uh, what the hell is going on in the world that nobody seems to be grasping in, or they think that some government is working on it. Many of you have children. I myself tried to have children for 4 years before we decided to go and adopt. And the news, there are many. I have to be totally honest. One of them, to sober up the crowd, is that at this moment, global society is, the culture is toxic. Culture is toxic for the healthy brain development of children. Let that sink in. Just let that sink in. That human culture has reached a point where now it's no longer possible to have a healthy brain development of children, meaning that we are creating the people, we are growing up children who become adults with totally dysfunctional in their upbringing. I mean, the spectrum is horrifying. But this is one of the subjects that people simply don't talk about. And I've had for 3 years now, I've been frustrated by trying to start conversation with friends. And the conversation never goes anywhere. You just get interrupted, denied, ignored. Friendly. Just people take as a matter of, oh, that's the way it is. And before my eyes, at one point, I have to be honest, you were all insane. Literally. But there is a whole other subject. Yeah? I mean, there's a big number to that anyway. Nobody's perfect. What I mean to say here is that everybody is a victim of culture. That is the reach of this video. Nobody here is guilty or to blame or innocent. Everybody, every single one of you is a victim of culture, including me. Definitely including me. So not only is the fact that culture is toxic for the healthy brain development of children, you have the ecological the ecological pressure. You know, there are scientists, renowned scientists, NASA scientists, who gave 10 years only for the end of civilization. I mean, even if it's a lie, or even if he's trying to wake people up by scaring them, this is to be noticed. The fact that nobody even puts this as a topic of conversation when you meet friends is pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. I find fascinating. I find it really fascinating that the world is falling apart and people cannot even handle to have a conversation. I know it's an emotional thing too. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy to recognize the collapses that are interweaving our society. When you have kids, when it goes against your sense of family, when it goes against your sense of work. I mean, if you don't know about these things, about all these interweaving collapses, you are simply helping the demise of the planet. If you go to work every day, you simply ignore the fact that you're being coerced to do so. You have to wake up at least 5 times a day up to go to work. And now there is technological unemployment. People are not going to be affordable anymore. Companies cannot, corporations cannot conciliate anymore. employing human beings because it's simply becoming too cheap to automate. You have billions of people who are being unemployed now. What kind of society do you expect your children to grow up in when there's not work for everyone? And we've held the fact is that nobody needs to work anymore. Technology can do everything we can do. It's not only mechanical anymore, now it's cognitive. They are replacing doctors in some kind of surgery already, which is wonderful. But we all need a doctor though. So that is going to be, I'm happy to say though that all the lawyers are getting fucked. Oh man, lawyers are getting unemployed because of automation. You know, computers can do research, fill paperwork much better than lawyers, so bye bye. That I am. If you're a lawyer, I'm sorry, I apologize. It's just the profession in itself. I mean, we know what it is. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into that tangent. What I mean to say here is that you really should be made aware. It doesn't matter if you agree, if you disagree, but I think you deserve the benefits of the doubt, of knowing, of making up your own mind. If you get the information, you can check for yourself. You have the biggest library in the world at your fingertips. And it's pretty obvious, but in any way, it's obvious to some, it's not obvious to others, because we have different values, and this is the biggest point for us. We don't have sustainable values. We simply do not have sustainable values. And to live in a society that has no sustainable values explains why we've had the economy going up, crash, now go up again, everything is great, we print a lot of money, businesses are opening, and then crashes again. Interest rate goes up, it's horrible. And this has been playing equally in cycles throughout history. All you have to do is look back and compare to what's actually happening now. Take Rome, for example, when the empire collapsed. When Nero set fire to Rome, look who we elected in the most powerful country in the world. Yeah, even if you're not American, you endorsed it. We have all endorsed. We are the 99% that enabled 1% of the population on the planet to own now in 2017 50% of the wealth. 5 people own 50%, 50% of the wealth of the planet. The other 99% have to fight for the other half. And now our society is driven by scarcity, because the less you have of something, the more valuable it is to sell, isn't it? That's a simple, graspable concept. The less you have of something, the more expensive you can sell it for. So what drives our society is scarcity. 99% of the population. I mean, these numbers they're mind-blowing. And I know nobody talks about them, because there is one dynamic that I've learned in these last 3 years, which is when a behavior becomes normalized by a dominant culture, it becomes invisible. And this is why most of the time you cannot even see what's going on around. It becomes normalized. And it's scary. It is scary because we know intuitively what is to come. And I think you should at least have the choice to have the information whether you want to act or be conscious of it or not. I send you this as a friend. But I mean, I've been going really. I've been getting frustrated a lot that I look around and I get these concepts and nobody around me does. Yeah, I really need more contact with people. But anyway, regardless, check for yourself. Do your homework. It's free, you know? It's free. You don't have to go to school anymore to learn these things. And write back. Send me a feedback about what you think of it. Bye.